To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio along New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. Like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. You can go to positivesarcasm.com, go to the contact section there, email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com, or you can go to Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. You can slide in the DMs in there if you want. Why can't I hear myself? What's going on here? Oh, it's probably because I got this so freaking loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Lots going on this weekend. Went to a, let's see. So I went to this Don Toliver. I went to a Don Toliver concert. A lot of you probably know who that is. I don't know. I don't listen to trap. Speaking of traps, I got this beard on this facial hair on my face. It's by request. For the month of November, I am doing it. I think the last time I'll probably have this thing on my. I get it. I understand it. But after November, I'm not having it. It's going away. So I went to this concert. It was in Massachusetts, and it was actually the Agganis Arena. That's the same place I saw Charlie Sheen's Violent Torpedo of Truth tour, which was an absolute disaster. I cannot believe. Well, first of all, I can't believe that I bought tickets for that, but thankfully I think they were cheaper than the Don Toliver tickets, but still. Oh my God. That brings it back some really, really bad memories. We're talking like, I think it was 2013, 2014. Anyways, I went to the same arena. Lots of ratchet hoes, I guess is the correct terminology. Ratchet hose. Like, there was the chick, this drunk as fuck broad behind me. First of all, her skirt, I think she spent all of her money on the tickets because she showed up like only half of the thread was sewn into her dress because her whole ass was out. You could see the thong and everything. It was, well, I mean, not for me, but an absolute train wreck the entire show. Like, I was holding on to my seat because I was exhausted. So I was standing up holding onto my seat, and she just kept the whole time rubbing her fucking fat cankles against the knuckles on my hand. And I don't know if she felt it or not, but she just, I mean, I held it the entire show, and she's just rubbing it on the stump like it's a good luck charm or some shit. Jewish good luck charm. But I did what I had to do, got out of that concert. I mean, I don't get, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't get the music. I really don't. I mean, but I had to admit, there is one song that I actually found a guitar version of it. Here's the thing, the song's only 2 minutes long, but he played it twice. And each time he played it, it was like 6 minutes. So he literally, for a 2-minute song, he played 12 to 14 minutes of this song at the beginning and at the end. And people didn't care. And he didn't really sing most of it. He just kind of danced and let the crowd do whatever. But I do have this version of the song. Actually, fuck it. Let's just listen to it before we switch over to Diggs Q&A. Because, I mean, this is the one song I actually can be like, all right, I kind of get this beat. Like, this one I at least understand.
It's Marcelli and this bitch. Oh.
Don Toliver tore up. Yeah. Yeah.
In a crowd with some wines and I'm high.
Woo! There he comes, so high. With some white ones. Ha ha. Tut. For 14 fucking minutes. But I have to admit, this was the one song that I guess everybody wanted to hear. It was so he came out to this song. This was his second song, and then he ended with it again after these like two bikes got in this like chamber and like I don't know, it was fucking ridiculous. But I didn't understand the entire like it was so weird that when I was watching the show, it's like he doesn't even sing half the time. He's not even singing. He's got backing vocals. He does have a guitarist though, and the guitarist was great, wearing a cowboy hat. He was great. He was fantastic, and the stage set was really cool. But it seems like he didn't have to work as hard as you would expect somebody to work. That's the thing. He didn't have to work that hard. Like, because everybody knew the lyrics. He had a backing tracks. So everybody was so engrossed. He just kind of had to be there and just dance and just do that thing where most trap rappers do, apparently, is when they put the microphone up like this, and then they just start to jump, and they go, yeah, 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 and then they just start jumping, and then everybody else gets into it, and everybody else starts jumping, and that's trap. Go! And yes, if you're hearing that, I don't know who invented auto-tune. I think it was like either T-Pain or Cher. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But I can tell you, this guy is so auto-tuned. So auto-tuned. But the chorus is cool because the chorus does go hard. And FYI, this is the version that apparently that, quote, we all wanted. This is the guitar version of it. Once again, song's only 2 minutes long. My one, so high, with some white ones, fly high, turp, 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 turp. I mean, not gonna lie though, as a guy who, I'm gonna play this back. So, as a guy who plays like who does posing music for a living, or a guy who does posing music for bodybuilders, and I hear all kinds of music. I really do. This beat hits, and the fact that he's tore up is cool. I don't know if you can make this song longer, but this song does go hard in the paint. The rest of his stuff, I'll be honest with you, I could not give two shits about any of the other stuff. But this beat at least hits, and it has everything to do with the guitar, because the guitar gives personality to the song. And this is, even though this is like a what do you call it? This is an edited version of this song. Totally edited. Well, it's not edited. It's just he added on a guitar layer, and that's what really makes this, like, it intensifies this. Like, that's really cool. But the guitar is what makes this song. It's what gives the personality to the beat. And that's it. But it is a great hype song. I don't understand what it's about. I guess it's about going to the club, stepping on a fat bitch with your white Adidas sneakers, and then doing this. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. So that was that. The also known as the Hardstone Psycho Tour. But I mean, I just thought, since I was talking about it, I give it a little attention, because I did, drive to Boston to listen to this thing. Not for me, obviously, not for me, but I did go and I did experience it. I was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. But hey, I got through it, and I guess I was being cultured. But it's fine. I did have a cool. I obviously I like to experience stuff. You know, I mean, after every once in a while I get surprised by things. So I mean, when I went and saw 311 this year, I had an absolute phenomenal blast. And here's the thing is, I'm absolutely gonna go do it again. So, anyways. I did want to close up with a couple Q&As, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here for this week. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, go ahead and hit me up my website, positivesarcasm.com. Like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount's appreciated. I'm serious. The facial hair, it'll be gone in like 2 weeks. All right? I'll be back to my normal Jewy-looking self. Anyways, here's the first dig.com Q&A there. I'm a newly published children's book author and pet advocate. Turp. After my book was published, I approached a local shelter informing them I would be donating a portion of book sales to their shelter. In return, they were going to promote my book. I presumed it would be a win-win for both parties. A month went by before a post went out on social media. A month later, the same post ended up in their email newsletter. Nothing more was sent. Later, I graciously offered to donate 10 of my books for a raffle. They were excited. The following day, I was told due to a number of raffle baskets, there wasn't any room to hold flyers with my bio or QR codes for my book. I explained since the event was sold out, this would be a great opportunity to offer those flyers who would want to buy one of my books. A portion of the proceeds would be going back to them. I never heard back. I was upset because I felt they didn't support me like I was supporting them. I have since severed my relationship with them. As far as the proceeds, I sold all my books due to my marketing. They didn't contribute in any way. I'm considering not donating the proceeds because of their lack of support. I would... No, you don't want to be seen as not donating to an animal shelter if you already said you were going to. I would just basically sever ties, but you can make it known. You can make it known that you did not have a great relationship with them, but you're still for the benefit of the animals, you're going to continue. You're going to honor your end of the bargain and give the proceeds to the shelter, but you will not be doing any further business with them. So you can make your point, but not let the animals suffer. And that would probably be. I think that would be the best approach to things. Let me just take care of something really quick here. Boom. Okay. All right. So, what you want to do, make your voice heard, continue, but donate those proceeds, and then just sever ties and move on. Because there's no signed contract. You didn't have to do anything. And this happens. This happens to happen sometimes with nonprofits and stuff. Is they're just really disorganized, but they happen to stumble on the ability to get a 501 or 401c3 nonprofit licensing, and now all of a sudden they think they can post on Facebook and get people's attention. But what difference are you making? What actual difference are you making in the community? All right, let's do another one. A few months ago, I was working in finance for a small trading firm, and the managing partners hired 2 photographers to come in and take headshots that would be displayed on the company website. When we got the proofs back a few weeks later, makeup had been photoshopped on all the women, even my coworker who had been hired a makeup artist to do her makeup before the shoot. It was really obvious. They think bright pink blush on our cheeks, blue eyeshadow, the works. It was so badly done that it would have been funny if I hadn't felt such a strong sense of embarrassment and anger. I was so stunned at the time that I didn't say anything. But what the heck does one do when something like this happens? This still bothers me years later because it seems so sexist and such an overstep of boundaries on behalf of the photographers. Well, what was your contract, and why didn't you say something then? Why wait? And if you didn't, here's the thing: whether it was good or bad or whatever, why didn't you say anything then? Why do you wait? Yeah, it still bothers you. And it should bother you because you feel like you should have said something then You should have said something then, and you didn't do anything about it. And that's, guess what? I have had moments like that where I should have said something. There was a time when I went to dinner with my great nephew there, and we went to this place, and they didn't even really cook the food. And we didn't really eat it, and we left. We paid, and we left. We should have said something. We should have been like, we'll pay for the shrimp, and we're leaving, and that's it. You can keep this stuff. You should not accept things as they are, because it's gonna bother you later, and it's gonna fester. So you need to like approach these things as they come, and don't be afraid to ruffle feathers. If it's just if it's staring you blankly in the face and you know it's bullshit, then you need to say something about it right then and there. Don't let these things fester. If there's a problem, be Johnny on the spot about it. Be like, hold on a second. Is this really taking place? Are we actually doing this? Really? All that blue? Come on. Give me a break, bro. Otherwise, it is. It's just going to, it still bothers me years later because you didn't do anything. Because you didn't do anything. I go out of my way to do everything. That way, there's nothing left on the table when I go to sleep at night. All right, let's do another one. How can I get rid of my son's girlfriend of 13 years? Shoot her in the head. I hate my son's girlfriend of 13 years. They're high school sweethearts who are now 30. Seriously, don't shoot her in the head. It's not a good idea. They're high school sweethearts who are 30, who are now 30 and talking about buying property and eventually starting a family together. He currently lives at home and helps pay my mortgage, among other things. If he leaves, I'll be forced to sell the house and adjust to a new lifestyle. That's your fucking problem. I feel she will keep me away from my son when they move out. I have tried everything to split them apart and often make them feel here very unwelcome in my home. They talk about her negatively to almost anyone who will listen. I even make her bring her own food when she stays here. Why can't she just get to the point where no one wants her here and move on? What else can I do to get rid of her? Wait a minute. You hate your son's girlfriend of 13 years, but they're high school sweethearts. They're talking about buying property and starting a family together. He lives at home and helps me pay my helps you pay your mortgage. If he leaves, you're up shit's creek. That's your problem. Why are you going to starve him of his future meaning and happiness and joy and goals because you all of a sudden can't pay your mortgage? Yeah, you're just a terrible human being. This is definitely some oppressive. This is some overbearing mother type of stuff. It's your problem if you have to sell the house. It's not his. He's doing you a favor, and right now the market's pretty high. So why don't you just sell and find something that you can actually afford? This is not his problem. It's not his burden to bear. And shame on you for treating her so poorly. She's done nothing to you. There's nothing here you're saying that even implicates that. You're just saying, because, you can't afford to pay for the house yourself, you're treating her like crap. So you're crap. Good God. That was pretty point blank. Let's do another. That last one was pretty straightforward. It's like, you can't afford to pay the mortgage, so you want your son to continue living at home so he can help pay your mortgage. But the only way that's going to happen is if you cause them to break up. That's not going to happen. He's just not going to want to talk to you. She's definitely not going to talk to you. Anyways, we have a vegetarian. We have vegetarian and vegan friends. You're hanging out with the wrong people. Over the years, when we have invited them over for a celebration, we omnivores always make sure to include dishes that they will enjoy. But when they invite guests for dinner, they never, ever include meat dish or not even a piece of chicken. I've asked around. Apparently, that's the experience of everyone. Don't you think it's a little reciprocity is in order? As it is, the hospitality rule seems decidedly one-sided. If vegans worry about to them inedible leftovers, they always provide a doggy bag for their guests. Vegetarians don't want meat in their kitchens. Here's the thing. They don't know how to cook it. That's the kicker. They don't know how to cook that stuff anymore because they've been away for it for so long. Do you really want a vegan to cook a steak for you? How do you think it's going to come out? And they're just going to, I mean, quite frankly, it's just not going to happen. There's no reciprocity there. You might as well stop by KFC on your way over there and get a bucket of chicken and just sit at your dinner table and chew on that shit. Because that's about as close as, that's your reciprocity right there. It's just not going to happen. Vegetarians and vegans just they don't cook meat. They stopped learning how to. They don't remember how to. So, I'm sorry, you just, I guess just don't go over there for dinner if you don't want to eat their food. Just drink. I mean, I'm pretty sure alcohol is vegan, right? Right? Pretty sure. Let's do one more and then we'll get out of here. My husband of 20 plus years has been having an affair with a woman he says he's in love with, and after being granted some time to decide what he wants, he has decided what he wants is the other woman. See ya! We are just at the beginning of sorting out a divorce, and friends have expressed shock at the end of our, quote, perfect ha marriage. When a mutual friend recently asked what happened, I told her the truth. He's been having an affair, decided he wants to be with the other woman. Okay. My husband is livid and told me that it isn't anyone's business but ours. Was I out of line by answering with a direct and non-editorialized truth? No, your husband has no say in the matter. If you are fucking another person and you are in a marriage or close relationship, that person has forfeited the right to privacy. If I'm in a relationship and you have chosen to dump me for somebody else, or you've chosen to, or if I find out you have been fucking someone else, guess what? The right to privacy has been forfeited because it is a part of your character that is essentially should be known to others before they start sorting with you. You did a bad thing, and now you're deciding to take that bad thing and make it your permanent thing. Guess what? Good luck with your new lover, but don't come around here no mo, and don't expect me to speak with you with such high regard because you treated our relationship like garbage, whether or not I was part of that problem. Either way, this is the choice you decided to make, and now I'm stuck with the check of having to explain to people that you chose somebody else over me, and that person you chose over me is somebody you have been seeing for over 20 years. I would simply say that if it's 20 years, you should have left this person a long time ago. And you didn't. So the pain and suffering is on you. The forfeiture of privacy is on him. You can find me on Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can hit me up on my website. You can email me through Instagram, or you can just email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com. If you're looking for posing music because you're in the fitness industry, go ahead and email me directly. I just did some dubstep stuff over the last one I did. It gave me a giant headache. Good God. Ugh. But I did it because I'm good at it. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. YouTube version. It was a video version of this podcast available on YouTube and Rumble, Positive Sarcasm. Audio version of this podcast is available anywhere podcasts are available: Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Apple Podcast. Did I say Spotify? If I didn't, I mean it. It's on there too. Anyways, thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing, and I'll catch y'all next week. Recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio along New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast for entertainment purposes only. This has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.